My dad booked a family New Year trip to the Bahamas and didn't invite my wife or kids, so I booked Dubai for my family and let him find out online. I was on the couch helping my son with algebra when the family group chat pinged. Dad wrote, "Finalized Bahamas resort booking, 8 people max, can't add more." Then he listed names: him, mom, my brother Brian and his wife, and their 2 kids. That was 8. My family of 4 wasn't mentioned at all. My daughter saw my face and asked, "Are we going to the beach with Grandpa?" I swallowed and said, "Not this time, sweetheart." My son stared at the message like it was a word problem. Grandpa could have picked a bigger package, so they chose Tyler and Sophie over us. He wasn't being dramatic, he was being accurate. That night, I scrolled back through weeks of planning I'd never seen. Brian had posted a career transition pity pitch. My parents immediately offered to help. Then I checked Brian's socials: fancy dinners, sports tickets, weekend trips, a Corvette. The only thing tight was his grip on my parents' wallet, and it wasn't new. Last Thanksgiving, my parents were too stressed to host us, then hosted Brian the next week. My dad had work on my son's birthday, then drove hours to my nephew's game. My kids learned to smile through it. I didn't. Christmas Eve, Mom texted me privately, "Can you water our plants while we're in the Bahamas? Key under the mat. Have a nice quiet week at home." A nice quiet week, like I was their unpaid house sitter. I replied, "Sure, Mom." Then I opened my laptop and searched Dubai New Year family package. My wife walked in, saw the screen, and went still. "Are we really doing this?" "We're not begging for a chair," I said. "We're building our own table. We booked it. Same money range as their Bahamas trip." The point wasn't flexing. The point was choosing my kids first. The next morning I told the kids, "We have a surprise trip." My son blinked. "Where?" "Dubai," my wife said, pulling up photos. My daughter whispered, "Like the tallest building?" "And penguins?" My son yelled. I didn't tell my parents. They didn't ask if we had plans. They assumed. At the airport, I posted one photo of my kids at our gate. Then I turned on airplane mode and boarded. Mid-flight, I turned Wi-Fi on. First, silence. Then my phone buzzed. Then it started vibrating nonstop. Next, the missed calls stacked up, again and again. Mom, Dad, Brian. Then the texts. "Where are you?" Then, "You're supposed to be watching our house." My wife glanced over. "Bad?" I showed her the screen. "Perfect." After we landed, Dad called furious. "Do you have any idea what you did?" I kept my voice calm. "How's the Bahamas?" He demanded to know why I didn't warn them. He said Mom assumed I'd be home. "Yeah," I said. "She assumed. Same way you assumed we weren't part of your family booking." He tried. "The group rate." "So it was a priority problem," I said, "not a space problem." Then he really said, "Why didn't you ask if we wanted to come with you?" I paused. "You want me to invite you after you booked a trip without my kids?" He called me childish, so I handed him his own logic, word for word. "I didn't exclude you, Dad. I just didn't include you. There's a difference." He went quiet, like he'd finally heard himself. When we got home, my parents showed up for a talk, and Brian and his wife tagged along. Dad demanded I delete my posts and apologize for embarrassing the family. Mom cried about relatives, asking why my kids were always left out. I didn't yell. I just listed facts. Missed birthdays, separate holidays, the Bahamas math, the plant text, the way my kids learned to expect crumbs. Dad snapped, "If you won't apologize, you're not family anymore." My wife stood up. "Then we won't be," she said, "because our kids aren't your backups." I opened the door. They left. A couple months later, Mom called quieter. She admitted she didn't have an excuse that didn't sound awful. Dad followed with the closest thing he has to, "Sorry. Maybe we should have handled it differently." My parents finally cut Brian off financially. He got a real job. Now Mom takes my kids out one-on-one. No cousins. No competing for attention. It's late, but it's something. I don't regret Dubai. The revenge wasn't the money. It was teaching my kids this. If someone won't choose you, you choose yourself. What would you do in my place, and what should my parents do if they actually want to earn their way back in?